Welcome back to the final episode of Global Scene Amsterdam. Throughout the previous episode, we discussed how festivals are an integral part of the Dutch music scene and how very diverse they are. In this episode, the last in the series, we take a look into the future of the Dutch music scene as well as what makes Amsterdam so attractive for international musicians and audiences.
The infrastructure in Holland, if you talk about venues and festival, is really good. I think we have there are so many venues and festivals in this very small country, so it makes it possible to develop an act.
Ik vind fijn en een goede ontwikkeling, nogmaals samengevat, dat er in Nederland het muziekcultuur verbetert, het klimaat verbetert, dat het zowel in de media aandacht toeneemt, maar ook vooral van Nederlanders zelf de waardering voor het eigen product ook aan het toenemen is. En je ziet toch ook in de kwaliteit terug dat het gewoon Nederland een hoog niveau heeft, denk ik.
I think the level of the alternative music in the Netherlands at the moment is higher and bigger than we've ever had.
The bookers are interested in songwriters now, singer-songwriters or songwriters, because they see that there's a demand for it.
I think the alternative music is a little bit hip at the moment. People love it, people want to see bands live. I think it's also a good deal by the public television or radio that they're covering the festivals on a really good way. That's unique in the world. There's more space for a band to get in touch with an audience.
For instance, 10 years ago it was all about the major labels who had every artist and who promote every artist and who really say, well, we put that artist there and that's about it. But now with social media and stuff and with MP3s instead of CDs, it's easier for an unsigned band to come in the picture.
As we've seen throughout the series, there's a lot happening musically in Amsterdam. Huge amounts of music is being created and the audience is becoming more supportive.
What better place can you think of than to go and do your studies here? So there are a lot of foreign students who come here, and if they can find a place at the conservatory here, or if they can get a house, they'll hang around here. And the people I speak to most are that they like just being in Holland. They like being in a country that is well known for its fun side. It's fun times.
You know how you feel kind of more bold when you're away from home. And I just decided to stay as long as I could play and be enjoyed, and that came out to be about 5 years now.
There is no reason to be so mean now. I know you knew that I was sleeping, still you didn't inform me that you were cooking beans.
Most of my influence most of my music is influenced by traveling. Being in the Netherlands specifically, especially in the winter, being a little depressed kind of helps. Want to write a song. All that darkness, the seclusion, the isolation that you can get with that.
Amsterdam changed me a lot, of course. I grew here very much since I've been living here. In a positive way, I think, because you just see new things, play new things, meet new people. That's great. That's how you develop as a person.
Born like this, into this, as the chalk faces smile, as Mrs. Death laughs.
The Dutch alternative music scene seems to be on its way up, with more and more people getting involved, both from outside and within the Netherlands. So what does the future hold for the Dutch music scene according to our professionals? What are their hopes and dreams for the future?
And what do I hope for Dutch music? I hope that that some bands really make it big or cross over abroad and get played in other countries. I hope that, and I just hope, but I know there always will be good bands, because there will always be kids picking up guitars and writing songs.
We always need to be focused on the changes. Like the budget cut, the upcoming budget cuts, we really need to keep an eye on everything in order to survive and to as an organization, as a venue, as a festival. So that's our main focus.
Well, one question you gotta ask yourself these days is, man, how come there aren't any relevant protest songs no more? I mean, in a way, it has to, but maybe it's because of it's got to do with the fact that I grew up in the old punk days, and I listened to a lot of 60s stuff, actually saying something about someone's lives.
We always have to remind ourselves that, you know, what's coming out of America and the UK is not holy. You know, it's like we don't have to copy it. We can do our own thing.
Some good advice there on how Dutch bands can distinguish themselves in an international environment. That's it from us here at BAMM.TV's Global Scene Amsterdam. We hope you enjoyed the series and we've left you with a bit of a taste for the Dutch music scene. Of course, if you want to have the true experience, you'll have to visit for yourself. And to start you off, here are some names to keep an eye on.
Bombay Showpig have an album coming out. Houses are back in the studio to do a full album instead of the EP. There's a band called Milk and Toast, a French guy called Sebastian Veltrin.
There's a new Spinvis record coming up. There is a great Awkward Eye record coming up. There is a Roast Beef album.
I'm really looking forward to what's now happening with the band 10 MPS.
Jungle by Night is one of my favorite bands at the moment.
I like Author Adam a lot.
I like the Sirs.
The Wooden Constructions.
Right, all the band.
There's a new Z record coming up.
We always draw a blank in situations like this.
Caspar Adrian.
It's Raphael Vanoli.
Boris Werner, for instance.
Kees Mayfield.
Knalpad.
The one on Plu.
In the south of Holland you have guys called Lost Dancing Queens. They're good friends of ours. They also played on the first Sleaze Fest. Shit, check that out. That's weird shit. It's really, really nice.